All right, so as we move ahead in local headlines now, some tougher headlines. You remember there was the whatever retirement community or assisted living community that had caught fire last week.
Yep.
The community had stepped up in a big way. Luckily, no one hurt. Where there's been a fire destroyed over Thanksgiving, and kind of a weird situation where it was put out, and then once the fire department left, the blaze caught again overnight, and the house was a total loss. So what can you tell us?
Well, it's kind of a strange thing. I guess I've heard of it happening before, but not really this close to home. So Thursday, November 23rd, I think that was Thanksgiving, right? Right around 8:30 in the evening, the Ozark Fire Protection District got a first alarm call, resident structure on fire, Spring Green Circle. And so they show up, they aggressively put out the fire. And the story says, they went through, made sure that everything was put out and everything. And then the fire department left the scene at 10:48 that night. Okay, so at 3:26 the next morning, so just 5 hours later, on the 24th, another alarm, same residence sounded, and remnants of the fire believed to have been fanned by a big change in the wind, the way the wind was blowing, apparently fanned up the embers again, started the fire, and due to all of that, it was a total loss for the residents. So you have a fire, they come out, they put out the fire, everything looks like it's okay, and then 5 hours later, boom, it goes up again and burns to the ground, apparently. How sad is that?
Incredibly heartbreaking, and I didn't see anybody was hurt or anybody was in the fire. I didn't really mention that from what I saw.
Yeah, I didn't see that either.
I did reach out via email to Lake Ozark Fire Protection District just to ask for some clarification, because I don't know if this is a common occurrence once you've been on site, to leave, for it to be in a place that, wind or something could cause it to re-engulf or reignite. I thought that was interesting, and just a sad story, because somebody's house, a total loss, especially seeing, like I said, they came out and thought they had it figured out.
Yeah, and it says that, believed to have been fanned by drastic change in wind speed and direction caused the flames to reemerge, resulting in it to go down. And I've heard of that happening before, but man, you'd think they'd, if they're there and they check it out. I mean, they were there from 8:30 to almost 11 o'clock and thought the fire was out, and they left and it wasn't out, and it comes back. So it's pretty sad.
Wow. So we've been the weird trend here the last couple of weeks with some fires, and I also noticed, especially on Thanksgiving, for whatever reason, we were traveling, like I said, saw a ton of brush fires,
Really?
ton of people burning on Thanksgiving, and so this is the time of year you got to be cautious, and we certainly, our prayers go out to the family and everyone impacted, and obviously want to tip our cap to all the responding agencies, all the fire protection districts, because, man, what people don't realize that may not live down here or may not have driven some of these roads, Chris? How complex and diverse trying to get to all these lake roads would be for these different fire departments.